Good morning everyone. Myself B. Kashinath, working as senior lecturer in Government Polytechnic Sangareddy, working in Electronics and Communication Engineering branch. Presently, uh, the subject I am going to teach is Electronic Measuring Instruments, and the subject code is 18EC 504, and it comes under the elective subject, and it is in 5th semester of the course. And the chapter which I am going to discuss is the signal generators, so which is the fifth chapter. And in this one, and the subtopic is applications of AF oscillators and applications of function generators, which we are going to discuss today's class. So in the previous class we have learned about the functional description of the functional generator, that is the block diagram and working of the function generator. In that one we have seen the function generator is a versatile instrument that can be used for generating the different kinds of waveforms such as sine wave, square wave, triangular wave and sawtooth waveform. It can generate two waveforms simultaneously at a time by having two output amplifiers. So basically it generates the sawtooth or triangular waveform, from which we are going to generate by using the voltage sampled multivibrator. We are generating the multi square wave, and by using the linear wave shaping, that is RC wave shaping, and diode circuits, we are generating the sine waveform. So we can discuss now about the applications of both the audio frequency oscillator as well as the applications of the function generator. So we on completion of this period we will be able to learn about the applications of the AFO. AFO is the audio frequency oscillator, which is used to generate the sine wave and square wave forms, and the applications of the function generator, which is used to generate sine wave, square wave, triangular wave and sawtooth waveform. So applications of the audio frequency oscillator is, it is used for testing an amplifier. It is used for testing an amplifier, and it is used in audio systems, and it is provides signal checking in servicing, and it is used in electronic labs for wave shaping circuits, and it can be used for obtaining the frequency response curve of any frequency response curve of RC coupled amplifiers, and it can be used also in laboratory experiments of wave shaping circuits and filter circuits, and it can be used for servicing of tape recording system. So all this comes under the applications of audio frequency oscillators. For short questions you can write any of the two applications. If it is asked for 3 marks questions, you have to write at least 6 applications of the audio frequency oscillator. So that is, AF oscillator is used for testing an amplifier, and it is used in audio systems, and it provides the signal check in servicing, and it is used in electronic labs for wave shaping circuits, such as it can be used for obtaining the frequency response curve of RC coupled network, and it is also used for servicing of tape recording systems and conducting the laboratory experiments of within the educational institutes of wave shaping circuits and filter circuits. So how it will be used to test the wave shaping circuits, it will be seen in this diagram. So how you are verifying the wave, is it is correctly coming or not from any instrument, that you can see from this diagram. How it can be used to test the amplifier. This is the amplifier, we can test this amplifier also. And the the next one is application of the function generators. Function generators also almost similar applications considering the audio frequency oscillator, but it is having the better advantage of it is generating 3 or 4 types of so it can be used in widely than the audio frequency oscillator. So it is mainly used for testing, designing and troubleshooting of electronic equipment. So it is used, function generator is a versatile instrument used for testing as well as troubleshooting and designing as well as repairing of the electronic equipment or electronic devices. used in cascade accumulations, and it can be used for testing and alignment of communication receivers. So it can be used for alignment and testing of the communication receivers like radio and TV receivers. So it is used in means it is used in testing and alignment of tuned circuits like radio and TV receivers, and it is used to generate the amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, and phase modulation waveforms. And function generator is used in designing, testing, and troubleshooting. So it can be used for testing the amplifier frequency response, and it can also be used for tone control test and speaker systems testing. So we can check the tone control test and speaker system testing by this function generators, and it is also used for doing various experiments in your educational institutes laboratory. So what are the applications of the function generator? It is used for testing, designing, and troubleshooting of any electronic equipment or devices, and used in cascade accumulation, and it is used for testing and alignment of the various tuned circuits like radio and TV receivers, like means communication receivers. So it is used for testing and alignment of the communication receivers, and it is used to generate the amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, and phase modulation waveforms. So uh, that is, it can be used for testing the amplifier frequency response. So it is used to test the amplifier frequency response, and it can also be used for tone control test and speaker system testing, and it is also used in our conducting the different types of experiments which we are going to do in the laboratory of our college's regular practical works. So and the next topic is we are going to discuss about the working of the RF signal generator. So next topic in this signal generators, fifth chapter is RF signal generator, how it will work. So we will discuss this one. So what is mean by so already we have discussed what is mean by signal generation and types of signal generators, and we have discussed about the AFO, which will generate the sine wave and square wave, and function generator, which is used to generate the different types of waveforms such as sine, square, triangular, and sawtooth. And we have discussed about the applications of this AFO and function generator. So now in this class we will discuss about the what is RF signal generator, radio frequency signal generator. In the previous classes we have discussed only about the AF frequency generator, which can generate the frequencies from few kilohertz to several kilohertz or up to some megahertz. So now we are going for higher frequency, that is RF frequency. So in that how we are generating the signals. So this is called RF signal generator, and block diagram and uh, basic block diagram and extended block diagram and working of this RF signal generator. In this class we will discuss. So before going to RF signal generator, we will again cover the introduction to signal generator. So what is the signal generator? That we have already discussed in the first class itself. Signal generator is a source of AC energy, which will generate different types of waveforms, and it is vital component in test setup and in electronic troubleshooting and development. So it is a vital component in test setup and in electronic troubleshooting and development, used for alignment purposes, mainly used for alignment purposes. So signal generator is a source of AC energy, and it's a vital component in test setup and electronic It is a vital component in test setup and in electronic troubleshooting and development, and it is used for alignment in radio receivers, and it is used to check the gain frequency response. So already we have discussed about the applications and applications of AF and function generator. So same applies to the signal generator. So what are the signal generator requirements? So the signal frequency should be stable and it should be known to us, and thus whatever the amplitude that is generated by the signal generator should be controllable from few to very large amount, and whatever the signal that is generated, it should be distortion free, or we can have only 1% of the distortion, like that. So and different frequency bands, that is audio frequency is from 20 kilohertz to 20 kilohertz, 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, and RF we are having above 20 kilohertz, and high frequency is from 1.5 to 30 megahertz, very high frequency is from 30 to 300 megahertz, and ultra high frequency is from 300 to 3000 megahertz, and microwave is beyond 3000 gigahertz. So here we are going to study about the RF signal generator, which will generate the signal frequencies of more than above 30 kilohertz, above 30 kilohertz. So this is how RF signal generator looks like. So we will be having the frequency sweeping and frequency range sweeping, and different functions, that is you can use the internal or external modulations, and power button and output you will be having. So what is RF signal generator? It is a signal generator generates the sinusoidal output at a frequency from 100 kilohertz to 100 megahertz. 100 kilohertz to 100 megahertz means it is generates the sinusoidal waveform from few kilohertz to several megahertz, and it contains the main blocks of RF oscillator, amplifier, calibrated attenuator, and output level meter. If the question is asked like what is RF signal generator, you can write it can generate the sinusoidal output at a frequency from few kilohertz to several megahertz, and it contains the basic blocks of RF oscillator, amplifier, calibrated attenuator, and output level meter. So basic block diagram of RF signal generator looks like this. So so in any signal generator you will have to have the oscillator, and first stage is oscillator and second stage is attenuator. In between you will be having the frequency range, that is oscillator is going to generate the different types of frequency, and we can have range of frequency within that frequency region. So that is the first step, and second one is the attenuation level, that is what is the amplitude and how we are controlling the amplitude. So here also the same RF signal generator have also same functions. So first block is frequency range and selection, that is the oscillator function, and setting the level adjustment of this frequency. So we have to first select the frequency range, then we have to set the frequency within that range, then we are having the output level meter, and finally we are having the output that is attenuated, means we are adjusting the output amplitude. So we will discuss about these blocks in detail. So if the same question of basic block diagram of RF signal generator, if it is asked for short questions like 3 marks, then you have to draw this diagram and write the blocks names. So RF oscillator. So first block of the RF signal generator, it is the RF oscillator, which is responsible for frequency control and frequency range switch and setting the output to the desired frequency. Means RF oscillator is the basic part of the RF oscillator, which contains the frequency control mechanism network and frequency range switching and setting the output to the desired frequency. So the main three main three requirements of the RF oscillator is: first it has to set a frequency, that is controlling of the frequency of the oscillator, and it has to select the frequency range. So by using the switching mechanism it can select the frequency range, and finally setting the output to the desired frequency. So next stage is amplifier. So amplifier is to adjust the output amplitude. So it is the main purpose of the amplifier is to adjust the output amplitude of the whatever the generated signal frequency output of the oscillator coming to the amplifier. It is to adjust the output amplifier, and it allows the voltage applied to the attenuator to be a calibration point and output level meter. So the main two purposes of the amplifier is to adjust the output amplifier, first one, and it allows the voltage applied to the attenuator. So it allows after coming of the amplifier, the voltage applied to the attenuator to be on a calibration point on the output level meter. And next one is calibrated attenuator, and the purpose of this calibrated attenuator is to the output will be reset to the calibration point for every time the frequency is changed. So the calibrated attenuator purpose is to whenever the frequency is changed, the output voltage will be changed, so then the output will be reset to some calibration point for every time the frequency is changed. Whenever we are changing the frequency, we have to change the calibration point to the reference point, means it don't start from the previous voltage level, so it has to go from the reference point on the calibrated attenuator meter, means on the output level meter for every frequency change of the oscillator we have to look for the amplitude of the voltage on the amplifier. So again the purpose of this calibrated attenuator is to change the output level meter to the reference point on the calibration point. So that is the calibration point for every time the frequency is changed. This is for why we are requiring this one, means this is necessary to ensure that the output voltage levels are correct as indicated on the calibrated attenuator, means the voltage levels which are there that are to be correct, means if you are having one voltage level, then we are changing the frequency, then that voltage level has to start from the calibrated point. If it is not started from the calibrated point, means we have to check, means we are changing the voltage level at the output level meter from the previous voltage level, so which will give the erroneous results. So we have to change the display on the output level meter by this calibrated attenuator for every frequency change. So this is the main part of the RF signal generator. So for every frequency change, the output will be reset to the calibration point. So why it is necessary? It is to ensure that the output voltage levels are correct. Otherwise the output voltage levels are like previous voltage is offset for the present voltage levels whenever the frequency changes. That is the main function of the calibrated attenuator to whenever the frequency changes, it has to reset to the calibration point. So like if you are going for a petrol pump, whenever one person is filling the petrol, so after filling the petrol, again the next person, he has to change the calibration to 0 level. Otherwise if you are next person is going for 1,000 rupees petrol, if the already one person used the 200, then he will start from 200, he will lose from 200 to 1000, he will indefinitely losing the 200 rupees petrol. That is the calibration example of best calibration point. And the output level meter, RF oscillator output is applied to a amplifier that has set level control. So this is used in conjunction with the output level meter to ensure constant input voltage to the attenuator. So whatever the voltage fluctuations are there, that will be eliminated, and it will be in a constant supply given to the output level meter by this output level meter. So it is RF oscillator output is applied to this amplifier that has a level control. So that level control is used in conjunction with this output level meter to ensure constant input voltage to the attenuator. So now we are going to see the block diagram of the RF signal generator. In this one, whatever we are doing is same exact blocks, or whatever the blocks are there, we are adding some extra blocks at the oscillator level. Oscillator is going to generate the frequency. So at that point we are adding the amplitude modulation, frequency modulation. So we are adding the frequency modulation at the oscillator, because oscillator generates the frequency, and we are adding the amplitude modulation at the amplifier level. Amplifier level is to getting the voltage levels of the frequency, whatever the generator frequency waveform, we are amplifying that waveform, means we are changing the amplitudes at that level. So we are adding the amplitude modulation at the amplifier level. So we are adding two additional blocks, FM and AM. So and two switches are used for selection of either you can use the internal AM and FM, or we are going for external AM and FM/AM. So we are using two switches for selection of either the internal sources or external sources. So whatever the block diagram is there, we are using the same block diagram, but we are adding two extra blocks. One is FM, that is added at the oscillator level, and AM, that is added at the amplifier level, and we are providing with two switches such that we can select the either the internal FM AM source or external FM or AM source. And each of the section is shielded. Each of the section is shielded means we are shielding the entire equipment. Also each component is shielded to reduce the electromagnetic radiation interference, and whole system is also completely shielded. So now you look, and the purpose of this shielding is to prevent the RF interference between the component or from any other point, means we don't want any external radiation or any interference from external world or within the components also. From within the components also we don't want any interference. So that is between the components also we don't want interference, and from the external also we don't want interference. So for that purpose we are shielding the entire equipment, and we are shielding the every component within the RF signal generator. So and the power line is also decoupled by means of RF chokes and capacitors, and the power supply that is supplied to this RF signal generator is also decoupled by means of the RF chokes and capacitor. This is to prevent RF emissions on the power line also. So this is the complete block diagram of the RF signal generator. So in the previous diagram also already we have seen the RF oscillator, amplifier, output level meter, calibrated attenuator, and you are going to the output. So presently we are adding the FM source at the oscillator, AM source at the amplifier, and you will be having the function switch to select the internal FM source or external FM, or internal AM source or external AM input, and the every component is shielded, and the total RF signal generator is also shielded, and you are having the power line also, power supply, by using this power line RF decoupling. So this is to ensure that power line is also not radiating the electromagnetic interference. So oscillators used in RF signal generator may be of Hartley oscillator or Colpitts oscillator. So this already you have discussed in the last semester. I am not going deep into the Hartley oscillator and Colpitts oscillators. So most RF generators include facilities for the amplitude and frequency modulation of the outputs. Most RF generators include facilities for AM and FM modulation at the outputs. So amplitude modulation is easily accomplished at the amplification stage. As I already told, AM is easily accomplished at amplification stage, and frequency modulation is usually performed at the oscillator stage of the RF signal generator. And for frequency modulating, the oscillator output circuit uses the variable voltage capacitor diode. For frequency modulating, the oscillator output circuit uses the VVC diode, voltage variable capacitor diode. So how Hartley oscillator look like, that you have already seen. So Hartley oscillator is a positive feedback circuit, and it consists of in the feedback circuit, it is consisting of the L1 L2 in parallel with the capacitor. In case of Colpitts oscillator, you will be having the C1 C2 parallel in with the inductor. So you can have two types of modulation in RF generators. One is amplitude modulation and second one is frequency modulation. So this is how amplitude modulated waveform looks like. This is how frequency modulation looks like. So here we are using the voltage variable capacitor diode, which will be responsible for generating the frequency modulated waveform. This is just for how it is generating the AM and FM, and this is not required while writing the writing the in the exam. This is just the illustration of how it is generating the AM and FM, and these circuits, this you have already studied in the last semesters. And the summary is, the signal generator is the vital component in test setup and in electronic troubleshooting, and we are discussing about the RF signal generator, which is an instrument which can generate various RF voltages of sinusoidal voltages of from several kilohertz to several megahertz, and it is generator used for alignment of radio and television receivers that we will study in the applications, and it is used for testing of amplifier response. So, and the main questions that will come from this RF signal generator is, what is RF signal generator with the block diagram, and explain the operation of RF signal generator. So if it is asked for 3 marks, you have to draw the basic block diagram and write the parts, and if it is asked for essay question, then you have to draw the main block diagram and you have to explain each and every block and how AM and FM are generated and how it is calibrated and how it is displaying on the output level meter, and the applications and specification we will discuss in the next class. Thank you very much.